Hello everybody. Happy Wednesday. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. It's just, we're going to get into some cray. And I think it's going to have to be the Halloween deck, because even though this news is very serious, what's going on, it's too much, it's too cray, it's too repetitive, but we'll get into it a little bit later. New moon tonight, unless you're living in Oz or someplace in the future. Well, I think it would still be a new moon though, wouldn't it be? See, this time shift, linear time thinking really messes us up. Well, it messes me up. All right, new moon scheduled to perfect. Is that right? Tomorrow, Thursday, July 24th. So maybe that is in the future in Oz. At 3:10 p.m. Eastern Time. 2 degrees, 8 minutes of Leo. I have no idea what that says. I'm reading from Ann Ortley. I haven't seen her on the podcast lately. Anyway, I signed up. She sent me an email. She and I are like this. I'm over here. Scroll down for an image of the chart. It's lion. And what is they're asking us to do? We're being asked to name and claim our dreams. Interesting that this came up. So I got a lot of things going on, and with my Saturdays are really booked. That's normally when I record Sunday with Spirit, and which is my non-political foray into non-political stuff. And I talked about dreams and what we're creating on the web of creation with dreams. Anyway, it's so cool. Everything's in sync. It may seem like it's crazy, but it's all in sync. You believe that yet? No? Okay. Well, after this video, you might. It's all in sync. All right. We are asked to name and claim our dreams. The fact that we're encountering some turbulence. Some turbulence? Doesn't mean that the whole idea was foolish or not worth pursuing. The whole idea was foolish. Why am I thinking that it's been, what, a year? Is that right? A year since Kamala Harris announced her foolish run for the presidency? Doesn't mean that the whole idea was foolish. Not the whole idea, just some of it. Okay, all right. We're going to get into that in a little bit. Anyway, bottom line, set your intentions, have fun, get some foolish ideas out there on this web. Put it in your dreams. Yeah. All right, so let me see what... so speaking of dreams, then, I guess... Come on, where is my email? There we go. Hang on. Okay, so, oh man, this Mercury retrograde is driving me nuts. So many things are being adjusted. My computer needs a lot of work, and it's a new one. I don't want to do it because it's Mercury retrograde, and I sound like I'm being a nut. Don't touch it. It's Mercury retrograde. But then, you know, I go, okay, that's just BS. I'm gonna fix my computer, and then it gets even worse. And I go, don't mess with the stars. So, I've got my shaman's dream. We're supposed to be dreaming big, foolish dreams. I like foolishness. I don't know if you guys knew that or not. I do. Speaking of foolishness, say hello to PsychicDuck, everybody. Hey, that's not right. Hey, what are you sitting on? Oh, no coffee cup. All right, say hello, hello. Hi, everybody. Good to see ya. Hang on, buckle up. Okay. I'm gonna put you back here. Can I have a sip of your duck water? Duck water. Old duck water. I think I need some fresh duck water. Okay, let's see what... God, this is squirrely today. Let's see what we got going with the Shamans dream. Just one before we get into the news. The news. It's just repeating itself. Just repeating itself. And it's disgusting news. Sky dancers. Surrender. Ooh. So much in this card, right? So what are we surrendering to? It's, you know, it's like let it go and let something new come in. This is a transformation card. It's also a let go of what doesn't serve us card. And certainly we're going to get into that in the news a little bit, but it feels to me like surrender to the change that's coming. And we're hanging on to the past way of things. At least I am. I'm hanging on to, hey, this is the way it's supposed to work. And that's gone. The way it's supposed to be is gone. I don't know if you guys knew that or not. We're going to get into it a little bit. All right. So, that's it for... Let's get into some serious news. I am so tired. People are leaving now. You don't need to leave. I'm using the Halloween deck. It's going to be silly. So, I mean, it's serious news, what we're talking about. But it's just the constant. It's like, doesn't the news cycle ever change? It's the constant regurgitation. It's silly, it's scary, but it's like new news drops and it's like, it's the old stuff, it's this, come on, can't you shift to anything new? But no, it's Stephen Colbert 24/7. That's the news, Stephen Colbert. You know, if it isn't Stephen Colbert, it's Jon Stewart talking about Stephen Colbert. If y'all haven't seen that, make sure you don't have your kids watching with you. Crazy. It's Jimmy Kimmel. He's talking about it. No, is he talking about it? I'm not sure. But Trump was saying him next. And then David Letterman reruns are talking about how CBS is, because David Letterman was the first. And Stephen Colbert took over for him. And I didn't know that Jon Stewart and Stephen Colbert worked together in Comedy Central. And then they did, Stephen Colbert did the Colbert Report. And I never really watched it that much. I think he was playing a character. I don't know. I mean, he's a trained actor, so... as well as a stand-up. Even Weird Al Yankovic is getting into it. I met him once. He thought I was weird. All right. So, you know, the only thing that I'm missing out of all this news cycle, you know, Trump is blaming everybody and saying everybody should be canceled. We've got Maxwell is going to be testifying in Congress. We've got Maxwell's attorney, Roy Black. Oops. He died. Weird. Now, for those of you who don't know, Roy Black, is it Roy Black? Hang on, I'll look it up. Yeah, Roy Black, prominent Miami defense lawyer whose contacts included Epstein, William Kennedy Smith, remember that guy? Rush Limbaugh, remember that guy? And Justin Bieber. And you go, Justin Bieber? Yeah, he was out in Lake, where was it? Out in LA somewhere. Lake Sherwood? Anyway, it's a gated community. And he was drag racing his Lamborghini. And for those of you who have been watching me for a while, you know what I think about Lamborghinis. They are the stupidest cars on the planet. You can't get in them. You can't get out of them. They sound cool. Just listen to Cannonball Run, first 3 minutes. What else? You have to crawl out the door to look behind you to back them up. And I collect them. I have 7 of them. That's foolish. That's foolish if you think I really have 7. I have 9. Remember that during COVID years, there was a container ship that was coming over with all these Lamborghinis and it caught fire. So I said, yeah, I'm not buying them all for $1. And I did. And they're all sitting here. But you remember gas prices went up, so I couldn't put gas into my Lamborghini to drive it. It was just being foolish. It was silly. It was silly. It was a dream I had. That's all. All right. Let's get back into the news. Rambling. It was 12 minutes and 21 seconds. Okay. So we're going to use the Halloween deck. And what else? In the middle of this rant and rave, whoever is watching, if you want really serious news, Heather Cox Richardson. She doesn't make jokes. She just says the news. And if she wants to come on my channel, she can. As Stephen Colbert can too. Come on, Stephen. Don't make funnier jokes than me, but okay, let's get into this. So what was the news over the last 3 days? It was 3 days. I think I did something on Friday. It's like, so, Obama, treason. Oh, yeah, okay. Look over there. It's January 6th. It's projection. Obama, treason? Yikes. Oh, let's talk about Hillary's email. Let's talk about Ivanka's email. Oh, wait, here's a big one. This is, the family didn't want this released, but it got released anyway. Stephen Colbert. He got fired. Yeah. Jimmy Kimmel should be next, yeah. Okay, what else did we learn? Where's Hunter Biden's laptop? Where? Why isn't anybody talking about that anymore? So Punkin Head released the MLK Jr. files. That was what the family did not want released. There's a lot of stuff in there, and Heather Cox Richardson actually does go into it in a serious take. Here we go. Ghislaine is Maxwell, and I know I'm probably mispronouncing it. She was met with Pam Bondi's second in charge, who was, yes, I hear you. I'm going to shut it off. There we go, thank you. she was met with Todd Blanche, Trump's former personal attorney. And it's interesting that Mayor Adams, who I think was met with that same attorney, and they got this sweetheart deal. So Mayor Adams of New York was going up for corruption charges, but kind of allegedly, I don't know, did some immigration stuff that Trump wanted. Now he's not being investigated anymore. So Ghislaine Maxwell met with Todd Blanche, and then Roy Black dies, and it seems really weird. I don't know if he got thrown out of a window or fell down some stairs. I don't know that. Did I mention to you guys that this is entertainment only? All right. What else? I do have some things I am going to read on. Okay. There's more news. So Mike Johnson has stopped the House of Republicans session till September. Nah, we're just going to go on vacation. Really? Really? Well, on one side, I'm going, well, then we're not going to be, inundated with stupid stuff that they're doing. No more big, beautiful bills. No more appropriations, I guess. I don't know. Maybe they'll do it in secret. But it's weird that it's at this time. And then we find out that Pam Bondi has reassigned thousands of FBI agents to scrub the Epstein files to find any document that has Punkin Head's name in it. And I go, well, they're not going to get, I'm sure the original will stay intact. Oh, and then I thought, who's running the archives? Little Marco Rubio. Ay, 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 ay. Let's get the Halloween deck out. Big-eared little Marco, soulless Marco. It's so bizarre that these people just seem to have lost their souls. Dadgummit. Dadgummit. Who is that? That guy from Tennessee, or a congressional member from Tennessee. He was on the news podcast this weekend saying dadgummit. Danggummit. Dadgum Epstein files. Like, what? What's the matter with this guy? Okay. Be quiet. Zip, zip, zip. So, Dick Durbin, who is, hang on, let me read. Well, let me correct myself. I'm not sure if it was Pam Bondi, but Dick Durbin, who is in the Senate Judiciary Committee that has oversight on the Justice Department and the FBI, wants to know who authorized thousands of FBI guys to be reassigned to go over these documents. Who authorized it? PsychicDuck says Pam Bondi. Now, I know. Pam Bondi. So for all you censors out there, it was a duck that was talking. It wasn't me. Even though you saw my lips move. It wasn't me. I was listening to George Thorogood. He has a song that says it wasn't me. Driving down in his Lamborghini at 110 miles an hour, it wasn't me. No. wasn't me. All right, let's just look at, okay, as I'm looking at my notes, all this news, and this goes back to the original new moon of dreams, and it's been 1 year since Kamala Harris announced her presidential run. And when I read that, the thing that I heard in my head was, Shane, come back, Shane. Mama loves you, Shane. Come back. Should we look right at her first? Okay. Wild unknown. Wild unknown. Normally I use my Tarot Grand Lux for the Kamala, but wild unknown. Let's see. 1 year, Kamala Harris had a dream. And it was a foolish dream. And I say that in reference to the Fool's Journey, the tarot. Which is not foolish at all. It's just getting out there and doing it. Okay. Kind of like my email address, Shaysfoolstarot. Just get out there and do it. And she did. So, people are saying, oh, she's going back to DC, and I couldn't find anything on that. She had a post on Twitter or whatever, and I don't get on that, so I don't know. Let's just look at Kamala Harris's foolish run for president, as in terms of the tarot. Talk to us about that. Is it a Shane moment? Shane, come back. We have the Nine of Pentacles. So this is my Wild Unknown deck. Let me drop it down and we go a little fast because I got some stuff. I got to get to my Halloween deck. Nine of Pentacles. There are some readers, and I'm not going to mention name Libby, who reads Pentacles as votes. So does she have a treasure trove of votes that she knows about? Or is she just being, she has abundance and it's kind of in a little secluded space? Either way. There's feathers here too, and feathers are, that oftentimes they're like swords. So she's protecting something here. Okay. Eight of Cups. This is not walking away from sorrow. This is just the brokenness of what's going on. It's sorrow. It's broken glasses. It's dark energy. But it's more of just that foolish run had such high hopes. And then it got stolen from her. The base of the reading is the Emperor. What a dark, dark card for the Emperor. And you see the tree roots. Well, you don't see the tree roots, but those roots go kind of deep. Dark sun, dark tree. And we've got the Four of Cups, the rat on top of the cups in the past. Four of Cups. This is also in normal tarot looking at an offer, being presented an offer that you don't see. But here it's not even being presented. It's just that the rat is on top of it. It's kind of like the engine of my car still. Rats. Still got rats in my engine. They're not eating things, at least that I can see. Oy, oy, oy. Okay, here we go. At the top of the reading. At the top of the reading, what are we talking about? We're talking about Kamala Harris and her foolish run. At the top of the reading, we have the Mother of Cups, the Queen of Cups, Kamala Harris, protecting a secret with her wing. She's overshadowing everything that we're going to pull on here. Very cool. And moving on, the lovers. Kamala Harris is saying, sending out big love to all of us. Thank you, Kamala. Thank you, Lotus. Thank you. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Okay, the lovers. The Fool. So for people who were going, Danny, because I kind of heard this in the back of my head when I was saying Kamala Harris doing the foolish thing of running, being on a new journey, and then I get, Fool. There is synchronistic times happening. Let's not be so serious that we can't see the foolishness in this journey. Here we go. Externally. Ow. Ten of Swords, being stabbed in the back. Kamala Harris on this foolish journey. Stabbed in the back. Stolen election. Yes, 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 we feel it. But what's in that cup? Ms. Harris, what's in that cup? What is this offer that isn't even there in the past? It's not there anymore, but that's in the past. We've got some lovers flying. We got some lovers flying to the sun here, and potential, hopes and fears. The Two of Wands. Something coming to fruition, or is it just going into infinity, this information? And the final outcome is the Tower. Things crashing down. So is it her world that is crashing down? I'm going to pull some clarifiers on this. Is it her world, or is it the system that we thought we knew is crashing down? To me, it feels like the system we thought we could depend on is crumbling, is crashing. You look at, big-eared Rubio, and I'm not saying that in a mean way. His ears are huge. Soulless Rubio, that's a mean way. Kind of true, but you look at where we are. So he's the National Archivist. Is he going to keep those records safe, or is he going to change them, or are they going to be, thrown out the window or something? Suddenly burned up. Ooh, oops. We had a little bonfire in the National Library. We used our solo stove. Oh, and remember Kevin McCarthy? Like burning documents before Punkin Head left the White House? Before Biden got in there? Tower moment. What clarified? This is about Kamala Harris. Mother of Cups, Queen of Cups. There is this Tower moment. But the Tower moment is bringing balance, temperance. Ooh. And a little bit of judgment. Don't be judging me. No, this is a release. This is a judgment. Let me drop this down a little bit more. Thank you, thank you. This is a judgment. This is a release. A release of votes. Maybe. Let's keep going to get a little clarity. It feels like this is, it feels like what I keep saying all the time, that this regime is going to end. It's a Tower moment. And that Kamala Harris is a big part of this Tower moment. Strength. Okay. I'm just going to stop there. because the energy is way too strong. We have that new moon in Leo. Sorry. So, here I thought I was going to do this little silly, foolish little... Come on. My camera's getting spun. I was going to do a foolish little Halloween deck spread. We have the Mother of Cups involved in a Tower moment that is going to bring temperance, judgment, strength. Now, is it going to be, are we going to need strength to get through this? I think we're going to need a little bit of humor. I mean, it's serious crap, no doubt. My wife's been listening to No Doubt a lot. You know, and it's these algorithms. I'm like, oh yeah. You just hit one song and then you get 20 songs. I was listening to a friend of mine. He is this jazz guitarist out of LA. He's Austrian. His name is Alex, and I can't pronounce his last name. But the band, I can pronounce that. It's FAT. Fabulous Austrian Trio. And if you like, you know, hardcore, I don't know if it's hardcore, it's kind of softcore jazz. But it's very jazzy. 3 people. He is an amazing guitarist. Alex M. Look him up. FAT. Fabulous Austrian Trio. Okay, what are we going to read on? Serious question. Okay. So, with all this crazy news going on, serious question with the Halloween deck. So, for some of the new subscribers, if you're still watching, 32 minutes of foolishness. The reason I call Mr. Punkin Head is because of the Halloween deck. And Felon 45 when I pulled the card, a lot of times when we're reading tarot cards, we'll have a certain card for that person. Because he was so slippery and he always changed things, look over here while he does this, he gets the Magician card, sleight of hand. King of Pentacles, because he had a lot of money. And he keeps grifting people into giving him more money, which is another Magician card. So, but I felt like he had so much sugar in his brain. And when I flipped the Ace of Pentacles and it showed a pumpkin head with sugar straws coming out of it, I go, that's him. So that's why I call him Mr. Punkin Head. All right, so, and whenever I read on him, I get like the hiccups. I'm trying to make it light, and I still get the hiccups. Okay. Is MAGA buying any of this stuff? Marjorie Taylor came out with something, but are they buying the House taking a break? Are they going to buy all this redacted material? Are they going to buy? Are they going to let this go? So let's look at MAGA in a month. Okay, at the end of August. Now, little MAGA Mike says that he's not gonna open up the session until maybe September. Good job. We're paying you, aren't we? Why didn't Doge look at Those knuckleheads. I keep saying that. It's a foolish question, Danny. Why? MAGA, what are you thinking in September? Thank you for believing in me. One person still watching. Okay. MAGA. Here we go. I can't shuffle these anymore. MAGA in September. MAGA in September. Let's drop it down. Let's have some fun with the Halloween deck. MAGA in September. Here we go. Ooh. 7 of Imps. So I should probably clarify what these are. Imps are wands. Ghosts are cups. Punkin Heads, pentacles. And I forgot one. Hang on, I gotta look. What's the one I forgot? Imps or wands, bats, swords, ghost cups, pumpkin, earth. Okay, so we have wands, 7 of wands. And you look at this and it's like, hey, what's up in that house? There's a secret up there. They're kind of defending themselves here with the 7 of wands. MAGA. 7 of wands. MAGA. Strength. As we keep going. Fool. Oh, they're on a foolish journey too. 2 of pumpkins. Juggling Mr. Punkin Head. Ow, you're making me dizzy. You're making me dizzy, light and dark. 2 of ghosts, 2 of cups. What? Where are we going here? And the 5 of ghosts. Loss, sadness. Crying over some kind of spillage. What is this 7 of imps? So as I go back to this 7 of imps to try to get some understanding of it, it feels like they're all in line, right? But they're not looking in the same, they're all in line, but they're not looking in the same direction. They don't have the same focus as the 2 of ghosts up at the top. They're pointing up at the house on the hill. Could be, you know, the White House, although it's orange. The orange house. I'm looking at the Oval Office and how gaudy it looks. Oh my God. Oh, so disgusting. There's a spy in the camp. And you can see it because this guy's dressed up in costume, the center guy. So the leader is pointing up at the house. Look, we need to follow him. But then you have 2 people looking at the spy in the camp. And normally that's the 7 of Swords card, right? Sneaking in there and taking some defenses. Or and some people will use the what is it, the Knight of Swords, I think, but it doesn't matter. I always think as the traitor card, the 7 of Swords. This is the 7 of Wands, defending oneself, but there is that spy there, and what is... Look at that cat and the other guy. There's a secret coming out. MAGA. Okay, keep going. And we've got, oh my gosh, bats in the belfry worry. Yes, yes, yes. And we have the Two of Wands. MAGA is fighting over each other, and Punkin Head is pulling each one apart. And Punkin Head, I don't know, I looked at that and I go, oh, that's Robin Hood. Punkin Head thinks he's Robin Hood. I can fix this. No. MAGA is fighting over each other still. And the hopes and fears? Mr. Punkin Head. Yay, Mr. Punkin Head. Look at the lollipop in the center. Hopes and fears is that Mr. Punkin Head can keep his head in the hand. And the final outcome, ooh, female. Queen of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles. Security, queen, female energy. And then we have walking away from sorrow. Who is this Queen of Pentacles in the Halloween deck? We have the Page of Ghosts, information coming from an unexpected source. MAGA, MAGA. Who is the Queen of Pentacles in MAGA world? It doesn't feel like MAGA world. It feels like some other woman that is a part of the world that is going to bring out some information. Either way, MAGA is really juggling pumpkin heads. What do we believe? So it's still going to go on. It's still going to go on for them. All right, let's move on. Let's get into some serious stuff, right? Stephen Colbert, what's going on? Why is... Okay, sorry. Here we go. Another... let's just... Oh, I did read on Little Big-Eared Rubio. Is Vance trying to take out 45 through a financial agreement with Rupert Murdoch? Is Vance, Shady Vance, is he working a deal? Is he trying to take out Trump with a deal with Rupert Murdoch? Is Shady Vance trying to take Punkin Head out? Oh, that was the two Punkin Heads juggling. Shady Vance, Rupert Murdoch. Is he trying to take Punkin Head out? We have the Seven of Cups. A little confusion, a little delusion. You got the Sun down here, although it kind of reminds me of something else, like a kitty butt. I'll just leave it at that. Suspension, looking at things from a different point of view. You have the Six of hang on one second, swords or wands? Swords, moving on, but still in the really thick of darkness. So I'm getting a yes that J.D. Vance and Rupert Murdoch were hatching a plan. Does it involve Pam Bondi? The Five of Swords, cutting up the snake. There's going to be two factions going on. Winning at any cost. Let me kick these over again. And the Rat, covering the cups. 4 cups. Normally this is sadness. This is an offer being made that someone's not looking at, but in this deck it's just the rat on top of the cups. Internally, we have the Nine of Cups, the wish card. And sometimes this can be read as be careful what you wish for. But he's looking at something. He's getting a wish, yeah. So I'm hearing a big yes right now. Whew, yeah. Big yes right now. Are they trying to get rid of Punkin Head? Big yes. Hopes and fears that they will succeed with the Star. And the final outcome, the Son of Swords, is going to happen kind of fast. Flying in there. That could be legal issues, though, too, that they throw Punkin Head under the bus with. And then we have the Four of Wands. And in this deck, to me, it's limited success. But a lot of times, people in regular decks, it'll be like a celebration, a party. You know, there'll be the White House in the back. But this feels like it's constrained. And then there's information that you got to be really careful about because it could bite you. It goes back to be careful what you wish for. Yes, so Shady Vance, he is trying to split things up. He is playing devil's advocate. He does have some kind of meeting with Rupert Murdoch, according to Entertainment Only. Just joking. Just speculating. So, yeah, okay. I'm going to do one more. I'm going to hit pause and figure out what I want to read on. Okay, so I want to read on the Democrats. What are they bringing in on this new moon energy? What are their foolish dreams? What are they bringing to reality? So when we manifest things, so it starts off with a dream, a foolish dream. Do you think this could happen? And then you take steps and you make it happen. But it does start in our imaginations as a thought, as a dream. And this is the time to dream. This Leo new moon. So I want to ask, what are the Democrats putting on the web of creation? What are they bringing forward with? In the deck that I'm using, Tarot Grand Lux. So in case the Lotus wants to show up in all her glory, she can. All right. What are the Democrats putting on the web of creation? We know what the Republicans are doing. They're creating divide. You have Shady Vance talking to Rupert Murdoch. So there's something going on there. You have MAGA is pulling away from Punkin Head, so his base is splintering. He has the worst numbers. They just keep falling on all counts. Of course, he's still got, which still is mind-boggling to me, 30% of the nation is still going, I'm for you. And nobody's really talking about his mental decline. It's a stupid news cycle we got. So we'll talk about it here. He cray. He's just not foolish. He's nuts. He has lost it. He shouldn't be making decisions. That was the other thing I wanted to read on, but I'm not going to, is, we are so open and vulnerable for any kind of attack, cyber, military, solar. We have children that are running our government, which was why I'm saying we don't have one anymore. It's gone. So what are the Democrats doing? What is their dream? And again, maybe it shouldn't be Democrats and Republicans, because all the Republicans want to do is still own the libs. So maybe it needs to be a new party of progressive. And even then, they go, oh, that's socialist. So I'm going to go back to what my hillbilly brother wants. He wants the keg party. Well, he's a hillbilly. He's from Missouri. I asked him last night, I was talking to him, I said, it was 7 o'clock, how many beers have you had? And he goes, well, I've had 2 heavies and 4 others. I'm looking at the time and it was like 4 o'clock in the afternoon. No, it wasn't. I'm just kidding. Okay, so, but he wants to start a party called the Keg Party. Keep everyone great. I like that. Keg party. Full keg party versus empty keg party. Okay, what are the Democrats? What are the progressives? What are the liberal-minded? The ones who do want democracy back, who do want a government for the people. What is their dream that they're putting on the web of creation during this full moon? What are they putting on the web of creation? Strap it down. What are they putting on? First card, Emperor. Certainly, I don't think they're putting that on the... Well, maybe they are. Let's see where it goes. King of Coins. Both of these are my Punkin Head cards. So, you have the Emperor being covered by the Emperor, the King of Coins. So you have Punkin Head being covered by the Punkin Head, or Punkin Head being challenged by Punkin Head. Because sometimes the way that I read this, it's either a challenge card or it's a complimentary card. So I don't know which one it is yet. But to me, we'll kind of see where it goes. But I think it's being challenged by Punkin Head. The two factions are challenging each other. 3 of Swords, heartbreak, betrayal. This is the Democrats, though. It's very much a Punkin Head reading right now. We have 5 of Coins, loss. And this is almost an emotional, this is like, this 5 of Coins is also a moral loss. Maybe they lost their way morally. They certainly lost, if we look at these pentacles as votes, we lost, well, it was stolen, but according to what's going on right now, it was lost because they didn't catch the steal. At the top of the reading, we have the 6 of Coins, giving and receiving. And this is resetting the balance. Is this the big beautiful bill where they're readjusting the wealth? I don't know. It feels like it's... I don't know if he's taking a coin off or if he's putting a coin on here. Either way, something's going on with the balance of money. Here it was lost. Here it's trying to balance it out. Or is it taking even more off? Oh, questions. And then we have the 6 of Cups. Going back to a simpler time. Going back to an innocence. Oh, dang it, that fell. That was my lapis. My lapis rolled off. What does that mean? spiritually, psychically. All right. Internally, what is going on with the Democratic Party? What are they putting on the web? What are their dreams? The Queen of Cups. That's my Kamala Harris card, for those of you who didn't know. And then we have, externally, the Nine of Coins. She's still kind of in that secluded place. Okay. And hopes and fears is there's some legal stuff they're putting out there. They hope that'll work. Queen of Swords. Wow. And we get the Queen of Pentacles. The Democratic Party, they're throwing out big female energy coming out. Big stuff. Who is the Queen of Coins? I have said in the past that when Kamala Harris gets back into, when the Democrats start taking control and having balance, more balance, and they get control, that they're going to release the purse strings, and that's going to be in a relationship to what Lotus, if she is POTUS, brings forth. So she can also be the Queen of Coins, letting abundance flow again, although abundance would be the Empress. We have the Seven of Cups. Make sure you pick the right thing to put on the web. It feels good though, because we have the rainbow here behind this big castle. So they're still making some kind of choice as to what they need to do. Queen of Swords, I think. It's going to be the King of Swords. The Queen of Pentacles, they're still making a choice on how to legally maneuver this pathway that they're setting up. I'm going to keep going with this. King of Cups is involved with it too. So, King of Cups, in my past readings, was Joe Biden. That's why Kamala Harris was the Queen of Cups, because she was second in command. So maybe she's going to be the Queen of Pentacles, getting back USAID, taking it away from Rubio. He's got 4 jobs. What the hell? And then we have the Page of Wands. New information coming. Two of Wands. Information coming. A decision that will need to be made that will come together. Okay. At the base of the reading is Magic. The Devil, another Punkin Head card, 2 Punkin Head cards, with Justice and Balance. What are the Democrats putting out? Besides Kamala Harris, they are bringing out the big guns with the King of Swords, with the King of Cups, with the Queen of Pentacles, with the Queen of Swords, big guns, fighting the Magician, the Addiction, with Justice and Balance. This card is not about taking away from, it's about adding to, bringing balance in. Okay, I'm going to leave it there. That's a good place to leave it. Thank you for this silliness. I hope to timestamp this. Have a great weekend. Not weekend. I think this is Friday. I think I'm rambling. I probably am rambling. But Friday's the ramble day. Every day's a ramble day when you've got a duck sitting on your table. Say goodbye to everybody, Psychic Duck. Bye, everybody. All right. See ya.